Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Continuing with the examiner report of 2023 May June, I have come with the question 2C. Although it's a very short question and it carries just 10 marks in 0500 IGCSE, but unfortunately, some students invent mistakes even in this easy question. Whereas the target should be that you should obtain full marks in this question. I have a sample of a student. There were several students who got full marks in this question, but there were several who lost marks. So I have taken screenshots of their papers and I will be discussing with you the tips and techniques according to the examiner report regarding 2C. So what does the examiner report say? A few responses copied the whole sentences from for the whole sentence from the question. So copying the whole sentence from the question is a red phrase because it is prohibited. It should not be done. Inserting the correct phrase from the text to replace the underlined phrase in the question. But this does waste valuable time for the candidates. Why write the complete sentence and then underline that phrase which is the answer to the question? Why don't you just write that phrase which is the answer to the question? I will be showing you that mistake in the student's paper. So the examiner says that do not waste your valuable time because in this paper 1, you have 2 hours time and you have 5 questions to attempt with as difficult a question as extended writing. So why would you waste your time in writing complete sentences and underlining that area which is the answer? Just write the relevant answer. Candidates do need to exercise precision to demonstrate full understanding. So you see that comprehension, the major tip to achieve full marks in comprehension is precision. Precision, I have repeatedly told you, precision means brevity. Answer is brief and at the same time it is accurate. That is the best thing to achieve if you want to obtain full marks in the comprehension paper. Where marks were lost, it was usually due to partially explaining the underlined phrase. The students explained the underlined phrase partially. Partially means incompletely. When the requirement is that complete explanation is required, you should explain it completely. And when the exam does not demand explanation, then don't give the explanation. The best answers to question 2B thought carefully about meanings in context and offered viable means practicable, feasible answers which would accurately replace the words in the text without altering the meaning. So suitable answers, which are the appropriate synonyms of the words of the text, they are supposed to be provided. In question 2C, candidates were required to select just one example of language from the specified section of the text and explain how it suggested the writer's opinion. Suggested means how it indicated, how you got it inferred, how the writer implied, how the writer hinted his opinion in that example. A significant number of candidates did not follow these instructions but instead offered a very general response with no focus on the writer's language and no language choice selected. They did not choose any language feature which has been used. For example, if there is some simile or there is some comparison or if there is some hyperbole means some exaggeration or some other figure of speech, if it has been used, you can point it out. But the examiners did not, but the students did not follow that. The most effective responses, which is in sky blue color or you can say hazel green color, the most effective responses offered a concise quotation. They picked only a very brief quotation, then considered how the writer was able to convey the writer's opinion, how he was able to convey his opinion in that given quotation. This is the quality of the effective response. The best student did this. And what was the less effective responses doing? They tried to do too much. They selected several examples. Only one example could be rewarded. Remember, rubric is the most important thing. Follow the instruction of the examiner. Only one example could be rewarded, so offering more was a waste of valuable examination time that could have been spent on the next question, which is 2D, which carries 15 marks, which is more technical, where more developed responses are expected. So you see how sincere the examiner is with you, how sincere the teachers are also with you, that they are trying to provide you guidance in the form of PowerPoint presentations, in the form of videos recorded, as well as at the spot extra physical classes are taken. The purpose is, my dear student, that you follow the instructions with accuracy, with brevity, with precision, and do not write more than demanded. So now I'm going to share the sample answer for 2C. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. So here is the sample answer of text C. We will be looking at the mistakes which the students have made, and then we will try to overcome those mistakes in the coming exams. As far as you can see that the first question is concerned, when the writer first arrives at Aurora Park, he waits outside a small wooden building which has no lights on. What was the instruction given in the question with regard to this question was identify a word or phrase. So just one word or one phrase was supposed to be picked, and that phrase should be suggestive. It means that it should tell the meaning, the hidden meaning of the same idea as it has been given in this underlined phrase. So the answer given by the student is correct. Darkened log cabin is the answer. Okay, moving on. Before numbers started to increase again, wolves were almost non-existent. So now you see that the focus of the question was non-existent. So extinction was correct, but the student wrote unnecessarily lengthy, detailed answer, which was not the requirement. For example, wolves bringing cascade of biodiversity. The real answer was edge of extinction. So that is why no mark has been awarded for this question. The next question is correct because of the brevity and because of the word being in inverted commas, used to interacting with humans, accustomed to humans' contact and enjoy. Then a stay at Wolf Lodge in Aurora Park comes at a particularly high price. So eye-watering expense of experience is the right answer. Now let's look at the mistakes that the students have done. For example, as far as B part of this question is concerned, number one instruction is use your own words. And what the writer means by each of the word underlined, the meaning has to be explained. Then the keywords three have been given and their meanings are supposed to be written. Their meaning should be in the same form as the word is. Now here the word extinguish was in the present tense and the student was writing down the meaning in the past tense. You see? Then the second mistake which the student has done is that she or he has written more than one option. You see, it is not only wastage of time, it also is a silly attempt that why you would write two answers when the marks are just one and the examiner just wants you to save your time because this time is going to be utilized in the later questions. So two mistakes are to be avoided in this part. Number one, do not write more than one answer. Number two, do not change the form of the word. Underline the word in your mind or you can underline it in your even on your page that here the word is host. So the answer is a manager of an event or program. Now the second meaning again has been written the guide which was not required. And if the word were plural, the meaning should also be plural. So please be particular about these 3 points which I have conveyed. Now the same mistake with another student. For example, extinguish and the answer is in the past tense. Then one meaning instead of one meaning and has been used and more than one option has been written. Then the word host, two meanings have been given. Marks I have granted, but the time has been wasted. Don't write two meanings because the question just demands one meaning. Don't waste time writing extra meaning. This is the instruction given by me to those students for the upcoming exams. So this was how you were supposed to follow these terms and conditions for the improvement of a question which is very easy, but silly mistakes can be a wastage of time, and at the same time they can be you can say a hurdle in your understanding of the difficult questions. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.